What's up, guys? We are back again for another episode. But anyway, this is a cheat code that I'm going to share with you guys. I'll be sharing about countering pressure passing. And even though Omar is bigger than me, I'm very sure that he doesn't understand what is pressure passing because he doesn't know how to pass anyway. But he's a purple belt.
Fuck you. Me saying fuck you. Okay? Just feel it.
Yep, but it's okay. It's not a joke.
It's not a joke that I can't pass guard.
Yeah, it's a joke. But anyway, I'm going to share with you guys on how do you want to counter on pressure passing from a close guard situation, especially when my partner is having close distance to me. So this is something that we're going to work for today. Okay, we're going to start. Okay. Back again to the situation where now my partner is on his knee. Okay, we can start directly from his knee. Pressure passing, not speed passing.
Oh,
so
the one we...
Not really necessary, but we're gonna start from situation where now we go for close guard. I think that will be the best situation that we can start from here. So whenever I'm in this situation from here, first thing first, whenever Omar try to like break my guard and try to like open up my guard from here, assuming now my guard is open from here. In order for him to start to apply pressure, he have to make sure that he have like somehow certain type of pin on me, so he can use this hand to push it down to pin me, this hand to also pin me in such situation. In order for him to start to work on this. Of course, there's different variation that we can start from here as well. But one very important thing whenever he start to pin down my leg, assuming I see this coming, first thing first, I have to make sure that I'm turning my knee to the inside. And why? Just because if I don't do that, the moment he start to push my leg down from here, the moment he start to replace the moment he start to replace his shin with his hand, now I'm screwed. So whenever I see this coming, especially in the situation where he start to open up his close guard from here, so now whenever he start to open up, first thing first, I have to turn my knee to the inside. That's the first thing that I want to do. So now from here, this is the early stage where I can start to counter him. So now, if assume in this situation where I'm at the early stage, I can start to just use this to also return back to my close guard situation. Or if assuming he go back again to this same situation, I start to open up, I can always just circle in, go for the triangle. Okay? But that's not our focus for today, so I'm going to cover in a situation where now, go again, when you push up, I start to go for my knee shield, and now what Omar gonna do is Omar gonna start to press my chin down and he start to replace it with his belly. Now I'm screwed. Well, Omar, whenever he continue from here, when he start to open up, I create here, now he start to push my leg down and he start to pressure from here. And depending on the situation, because now if assume he's able to insert his hand in between here, he have the crazy dog passing, or even for him to start to pin me down and start to control from here, I'm screwed. Because for me to start to recover, I have to make sure that I need to create space from here. And whenever Omar try to go close to me, like what he like to do from here, I'm not really screwed, but I'm screwed. Okay? So what I need to do from here is, wherever I see a situation coming where he already control my bottom body from here, first thing first, I have to start to create space. And for me to do that for him just by me just pushing him, definitely it's not going to be possible, because if I were just to do this, he can always pressure forward and I'll lose everything. So in order for me to create space, even though I start to push his head from here, Omar can always just pressure forward and I'll lose this fight with him. So it's not going to work in this situation. So what I need to do differently whenever I see this coming is I have to start to insert my hand somewhere in his neck. You can see from his face expression, he doesn't like it. And now I can just push his neck from here. Now, in this situation, if I was to continue to stay from here, Omar just have to posture and now he drop his weight and I'll lose this situation. But to be serious again. So whenever I'm in this situation, one thing I want to do is I want to make sure that if I was just to hold on to him, he's going to continue to pass me. So now what I need to do is I need to continue to use myself to change level from here, because now from here, if Omar tries to pressure down, it's not going to be that easy anymore, because the more pressure he put to me, the more he's going to feel very uncomfortable from here. Okay? So this is for you guys to understand on how to relieve the pressure from here. So again, back again to this situation. Switch. Now I start to pressure down. Yep. Now I lose this position. I start to grip on his neck, create this space. Now I switch this grip to this grip. And why is just because this will allow me to continue posture up. If Omar tries pressure forward, it's not going to be that easy anymore. Okay? So now whenever I feel that he start to pressure forward, this is where I can start to go for my scissor sweep to counter his pressure passing from here. And whenever I'm in this situation, I don't want to just try to posture up from here. If you see earlier in this situation, my knee is behind his butt. I'm actually pinching my two legs together and I'm going to use this to start to get up from here. Versus what I don't recommend you guys to do in this situation is you just start to move up from here and now he's going to put single leg S on you. Okay? So try to keep this space close in between you guys whenever you get the sweep. Now I'm just going to go for chest to chest and use my neck to continue to pressure him. Okay? And now adjust my position. So now we're going to go with full speed from here. So now whenever Omar start to open up the position from here, I start to create my knee shield from here. So now Omar, first thing first, Omar going to make sure that he start to bury my two legs together. So now if I feel that in such situation, I'm going to try to drive my hand as deep as possible to his neck, making him feel uncomfortable. And now whenever I get this, I'm going to start to raise myself up from here. The moment he start to counter this same situation where he start to posture up, I can use this to go for my scissor sweep. Okay? So it's also very important for you guys to understand that scissor sweep movement, if I were to do it right, or if I were to use lesser energy to go for this movement, back to scissor sweep position, I can't just start to kick him and go from here. It's not possible, especially going against someone that is strong. It's not possible for me to just go for here easily, even though all his weight is towards me. It's very hard for me to go. Maybe I'm not strong, but in this situation, it's not going to be possible. Even if I were to create space to push him to go for here, it's not going to be as efficient as I'm using his momentum. So in order for me to go for this situation, it's very important that I get some reaction for him, because now from here, if he don't do anything, I can always go back up to close guard. But if he start to move around, it's so much easier and so much more efficient for me to get my scissor sweep from here. So aside from me going for scissor sweep from here, so now if assuming Omar continue with the pressure pass from here, if assume I'm able to create space from here, and sometimes what's going to happen is I may not able to have all this control over him. I cannot get this grip, or sometimes in a situation where I know that he's not going to continue posture up from here, so he's just going to stay here and continue to drive down. So whenever in such situation, what I can do is I'm going to continue to push him as far as I can. The moment I feel that there is some pushback from him, I'm going to change my angle to go for my collar drag from here. And it depending on where his arm is. If assuming he places his arm this way, I still feel that I'm still able to continue to take his back. All I have to do is just continue to move, and now I have his back. But if assume I'm in a situation where I start to go, and somehow if I go, and if his arm stick to this way, this is where I can also start to take his back more effectively from here. Okay? And now All I have to do is just grab onto his collar. Now just drive. Now I have his back. And guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to click the like button. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel and you guys will learn the best cheat code ever. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.